I came here today just to tell the truth, so hopefully we can get down to the bottom of this. I'm 100%, the charges against me are 100% false, and hopefully due to time, we'll start to see that.
Those individuals allegedly included high-ranking supervisors in the business, personal assistants, security staff, and household staff.
There was a time when Sean Diddy Combs personified opulence, an icon who didn't just live the high life, he redefined it. A mogul who rose from Harlem's streets to the heights of global fame, he curated a lifestyle draped in diamond-studded excess and powered by raw charisma. From private jets and sprawling mansions to watches worth more than most people's mortgages, Diddy's existence seemed bulletproof. But fast forward to today, the man once hailed as untouchable wakes up every morning in a shared prison dormitory at the Brooklyn Metropolitan Detention Center, clutching cans of mackerel like precious commodities. Yes, mackerel. Once bragging about iced-out timepieces, he now trades fish packets for favors. It may sound like a twisted satire, but this is Diddy's reality, and it's humiliating in every sense of the word.
A U.S. judge has ruled that the rapper and producer Sean Diddy Combs will stand trial on federal sex trafficking and racketeering charges in May. He'll be held in prison until then. Sean Combs has pleaded not guilty to charges that he used his business empire to transport women and male workers across state lines to take part in recorded performances. If convicted, he could face a life sentence.
The Metropolitan Detention Center is no resort. Think less five-star suite and more post-apocalyptic bunker. Crumbling walls, infestations, and institutional food that makes fast food seem gourmet. This is the harsh reality. Inmates get a paltry $180 every 2 weeks to spend on commissary, turning simple snacks like Cheez-Its and Snickers into luxury items. It's a brutal come-down for someone who once spent more on glacial bottled water than most people earn in a month. For Diddy, every moment here is a biting reminder that his kingdom of comfort has collapsed.
In her civil lawsuit, Cassie said that she was the victim of abuse, assault, and rape at the hands of Diddy.
Diddy isn't just locked up, he's on 4 North, the unit reserved for high-risk or high-profile inmates. The dormitory-style floor comes with slight perks, bunk beds instead of solitary cells, shared televisions, even a small gym with yoga, mats, and a basketball hoop. Don't let the window dressing fool you. For a man who once shaped culture, this is no retreat. Here, the real punishment isn't physical, it's psychological. Walls may not be closing in, but the weight of disgrace certainly is.
We are not done. This investigation is ongoing, and I encourage anyone with information about this case to come forward and to do it quickly.
Nothing says fall from grace, quite like trading mackerel for laundry service. In the prison economy, these greasy packets of fish function as a barter system, replacing cash and status. Once Diddy's net worth was measured in platinum plaques and Forbes rankings, now it's how many cans of Mac he can stash. His days of late-night parties and custom meals are gone, replaced by plastic trays and meals at 7 a.m. sharp. Even, his image has deteriorated. No stylists, no designer threads, just a brown jumpsuit and graying hair, thanks to the ban on hair dye. It's not just his freedom that's gone, it's his identity.
You said we are not done and that Combs did not do this alone. Do you foresee that there could be other charges related to this case?
I'm not taking anything off the table.
Surveillance is constant. Every call, every meeting, every scribbled note, monitored. The laptop he's been granted to review evidence, it's a glorified typewriter. No Wi-Fi, no internet, and it shuts off at 3:30 p.m. every day. Diddy, the man who once ruled digital and real-world spaces alike, is now shackled by bureaucracy. Yet despite the strict rules, he's accused of skirting boundaries, buying phone time, making three-way calls to reach outside sources. Prosecutors allege manipulation. His legal team calls it standard prison practice. Either way, the narrative thickens. Has he learned to play a new game, or is he just getting caught breaking the old one? That's gone. It's his identity.
Realm, this is very significant, just from who we associate Diddy being and everything we've seen him do over the decades. Like you said, this is quite the downfall to go from, I mean, we saw the mansions back in March that were raided by the feds. So to go from living in those mansions to being in a jail cell right now, I think it really underscores the magnitude of what he's facing and the weight of the federal government.
A legal storm looms. Charges? Grave. Racketeering, trafficking, coercion. Consequences? Potential life behind bars. For a man who once appeared invincible, the possibility of dying in prison is staggering. Diddy has always been a survivor, bouncing back from scandal, spinning controversy into clout. But this isn't a PR mess. This is the ultimate test. A court battle that could erase his legacy or cement it in infamy. For the first time, the man who made empires move with a single look doesn't appear in control.
So yesterday, Monday, Diddy celebrated his 55th birthday, but this year was a lot different. It was no Diddy parties. It was none of that. None of that stuff. Well, happily so, I guess, right now. But anyway, so this is his first birthday behind bars.
As trial day nears, tension chokes the air on 4 North. Diddy, no longer the charismatic showman, now looks every bit the embattled defendant. Eyes glued to legal paperwork, posture tight with resolve. His strategy meetings with lawyers lack the glamour of boardroom negotiations. This is survival mode. And though he maintains his innocence with fiery insistence, the evidence is staggering. With every headline and new filing, the weight on his shoulders grows heavier. The trial won't just determine his fate. It could bury or vindicate him forever.
This is the first time that I'm speaking about it. It's something that I'll never forget, actually.
As the walls close in, they're not just concrete, they're social. Former allies, collaborators, and friends have gone radio silent. The same faces that once toasted his success are vanishing from his life and digital presence alike. Jay-Z and Beyoncé, once seen as peers in power, didn't just distance themselves, they delivered a public surgical strike. Their legal team produced receipts proving they weren't even near the scene of alleged events. No ambiguity, no loyalty, just a clear message. We want no part of this. For Diddy, the betrayal stings worse than any charge.
And that's not the first time we've seen this tactic, and the last time it actually worked.
The Carters' public denials weren't just damage control, they were reputation demolition for Diddy. Their swift rebuttal made headlines and sent ripples through the industry. If they, the untouchable apex of entertainment royalty, are actively disassociating, what does that signal to everyone else? It's not just about guilt anymore. It's optics, legacy, and self-preservation. Diddy's fall isn't just his own. It threatens to drag others down with it, and no one wants to be next.
Jay-Z is speaking out this morning after the civil suit accusing him and Sean Diddy Combs of rape was dropped. NBC's Chloe Malas is here with more. Chloe, good morning.
LeBron James is another name entangled in the web, accused of witnessing events at one of Diddy's gatherings. The basketball icon didn't hesitate. His reps labeled the claims absurd, backing it up with public schedules and alibis. The message was loud and clear. We're not part of this circus. And it didn't end there. Close associates like Gloria and Emilio Estefan faced similar accusations, which they shut down with sharp denials. Another fracture in Diddy's already fragile support system. His circle is crumbling, fast.
Wait a minute. Say that again. Say that again. Back up. You're saying that there's tapes and they're being shopped?
Yes, there have been people already shopping.
We've heard about the tapes, but
yes.
The shopping thing is...
Yes, there already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood. But one particular person contacted me to shop a particular video they were in possession of.
The Estefan's public rebuttal triggered a ripple effect throughout Diddy's inner circle. The industry whisper network is in overdrive. Former collaborators and confidants are quietly cutting ties, assessing risk, and preparing their own exit strategies. Some are reportedly releasing preemptive statements. Others are scrubbing their online presence, unfollowing, untagging, deleting history. And those who once clung to Diddy's coattails like lifelines, nowhere to be found. The entourage has scattered. Silence and self-preservation have taken center stage.
It's a question of that, but when you read through the indictment, it's pretty clear who could be indicted as a co-conspirator. Right now, there are people in the indictment who would be considered unnamed co-conspirators, but clearly have played a role in this conspiracy. And I think prosecutors have some big leverage on them because they're hoping that they testify against Diddy as prosecution witnesses.
But the most dangerous twist? Whispers that some of Diddy's former inner circle may be cooperating with federal investigators. Sources say at least one longtime associate has flipped. If true, this isn't just betrayal, it's a nuclear hit. To Diddy's legal defense, for years he ruled with unspoken codes of loyalty and silence. But when the pressure rises and the feds knock, even the most loyal can crack. And in the court of law, betrayal by insiders can be more damning than any physical evidence.
We have some major breaking news. Sean Diddy Combs has just filed a $100 million defamation lawsuit against NBC Universal for the making of Diddy, the making of a Bad Boy documentary.
The silence sweeping through the music industry isn't just awkward, it's terrifying. Because if someone like Sean Diddy Combs, the untouchable mogul behind Bad Boy Records, billion-dollar brands, and presidential connections, can fall this hard, then who's really safe? This isn't just another scandal. It's a warning shot, a signal that the walls protecting fame, power, and dark secrets are finally starting to crumble. For decades, the industry thrived in shadows. Backroom deals, NDA silences, and whispered rumors. But now, the whispers are growing louder, and they're backed by federal raids, real investigations, and possibly serious crimes. When federal agents stormed Diddy's homes, it wasn't for show. It was the result of months, maybe years, of building a case. Every email, every flight, every person in his circle is under scrutiny. Nothing is off limits. And perhaps the most haunting part is children were reportedly present during those raids. In that moment, the consequences of his alleged actions stopped being personal and became generational. This is bigger than Diddy. This is a reckoning for an entire culture built on power, silence, and untouchable egos. The industry's not quiet because it doesn't care. It's quiet because it's scared. Because if Diddy can go down, who's next?
3 others where we've laid out the prosecution case. This time, we're talking specifically, what is Diddy's defense? And we decided to test it with a mock jury, and it is fascinating.
It is absolutely fascinating, keeping in mind that the real jury will be sitting down to do this. The trial starts first week in May, so this is...
And then there are the lawsuits. They just keep coming, each one seemingly more disturbing than the last. Together, they span years, even decades, outlining a pattern of behavior that suggests a man who may have wielded his influence without restraint or consequence. The range of plaintiffs is telling: former employees, past romantic partners, associates who were once part of his inner circle. These aren't just one-off claims. They form a mosaic, a growing narrative that strips away the layers of Diddy's carefully constructed image. With every new filing, the public is offered another glimpse into a version of Diddy that exists behind the music videos and the mogul persona. While his legal team continues to push back, calling the allegations meritless and motivated by money or attention, the sheer number of people coming forward cannot be brushed off as coincidence. It's not a handful of angry exes or bitter former workers. It's a wave of testimonies, each echoing the last in unsettling ways. But perhaps what's most disturbing isn't just what we've heard, it's what we haven't. For all the accusations, for all the documents and interviews, for all the legal maneuvers being made on both sides, there remains an ominous uncertainty. We don't know the full scope. We don't know who else might be implicated. And we certainly don't know how deep this all goes. Every new detail feels like it's part of a much larger story that's still being uncovered, piece by piece. And that's the most unsettling part. Because if what's come out so far is just scratching the surface, then what's buried beneath could be even more damaging. The story of Sean Diddy Combs is no longer one of success and swagger. It's evolving into something far darker, far more complex, and far from finished. So what are we really witnessing here? Is this the slow unraveling of a powerful figure who thought he was untouchable? Or is it just the beginning of an even bigger revelation that will shake the industry to its core? Let us know what you think in the comments. This conversation isn't over, not even close. Stay locked in.